I'm here at Camperdown Country Park doing a bit of a practice vlog. Thought I might wanted to go out and kind of test this camera anyway. Why not actually go ahead and do this properly and take you on a bit of a walk with me. So what the plan is today, I made my way up to Camperdown Country Park. As I said, I am going to take a walk down to Camperdown House, go around that, make my way to the duck pond, which apparently isn't in the greatest of conditions, but we'll see how it is anyway with algae and all that kind of stuff. I will then make my way up to Clatto Country Park, which is somewhere I've been a few times recently for bird photography, and I'll go via Templeton Woods. So I'll make my way down to Camperdown House right now. So here is Camperdown House. First stop on our walk-ish today. Well, walk, it is walk. Anyway, Camperdown House, here it is. Thought I might as well show you the building, as I do mention it on the walk. This is the actual kind of area. You see, well, it's not exactly, I think it's kind of round about this area anyway, that we're supposed to, normally at this time of year they would be getting stuff ready for the Flower and Food Festival, the Dundee Flower and Food Festival. This year it's only virtually, so unfortunately nothing like that is happening down here. This is normally where it happens, unfortunately not this year. But I thought I'd show you the building anyway, as we're on our walk. Camperdown Country Park is obviously a popular area. You have dog walkers and people maybe for a walk like myself, or even saw, I don't know whether you caught it in the time lapse, but there was, it looks like a couple of ladies setting up some type of tent thing. I don't know what that's all about, but anyway. And apologies slightly for the rough kind of, that time lapse may look a little bit rough and shaky, but I had to walk on the grass. There were cars coming up and down and there's no like solid concrete walking. I don't like, to be honest, to walk on this road right beside the cars. But anyway, here is Camperdown Country House. So we follow, just let you see this, see the let you see the building. Anyway, again, this is one of the things I want to do with this GoPro, is to kind of go on walks like this and show you some parts of Dundee, my city. I might as well, do some more video stuff too. It says public toilets there, but I don't know if they're actually open just now. Probably not. But not that I'm requiring them, I don't want to talk about it. So there is Camperdown Country House. So I'll now make my way to the duck pond and we'll see what kind of condition this is in. This walk is slightly been inspired by a couple of Facebook groups that I'm in, comments around it, but I did want to come down here anyway. to test the GoPro, so let's head off. So here we are at the duck pond. As you can see, they are having a bit of a problem with algae, or algae, however you want to pronounce it. See some ducks probably far in the distance there, so you can see them properly. They're all sitting around the edge. Camperdown duck pond. There's just some information about it. See, Camperdown, the state's been here from a couple hundred years at least. I'm not going to go into the history of it because I don't know it, but yeah, see, they're having a big problem with algae. That's not just here though, because at the Stobsmuir Ponds, which is also called Swanny Ponds, they've had problems with red algae the last couple of years. I was up there recently and it wasn't as bad as it was earlier in the summer. It does look a bit horrible. I don't know how bad it is. You know how. I thought I'd like to see. I should really maybe have brought my camera. But I can wander up here again at some point and take some photos, especially when I'm going to invest in a longer telephoto lens for my Sony. So I'll come back up when I get that. You can see the duck pond there. See the nice little house they have there. Hopefully you can see that on the side. You can see the ducks are just chilling out in front of the pond. There's no way really zooming in on this, unfortunately. That's one of the bad things about the GoPros, they're not a great way of zooming in. And I think if you were actually able to zoom in, it wouldn't look the greatest anyway. But anyway. So here I am at Templeton Woods. As the name suggests, it's a large wooden forest area. Popular again with dog walkers, people out for a walk, runs, etc. This is the usual thing you'd expect from this kind of area. See some trees down, it looks like they've been taken down though. More that does look like it's been blown over, but the ends of it, I don't know, you can't probably see it. But the ends down like in the middle of the screen there look like it's been cut. Maybe the forestry service have maybe been at it. Storm Francis passed through here a while ago. The last few days really. Today's actually the first dry day properly in about a week or so, which is why I'm going to do this video today on a Friday. So again, I'll just let you see. I know this will probably end up being quite a decently long video, but I wanted you to kind of sort of see where as I'm walking, see where exactly. There's no point in just doing it time lapse everywhere and not actually showing you where I am, where I go to. This will be a little bit experimental as I do more of these, but hey, I might as well. So I'm not entirely sure what path to go down, to be honest. You know what, I'll follow this path. Can't really get lost here, I don't kind of know where I am, so but yeah. So anyway, this is Templeton Woods. So you can either or, I think, these paths, if I remember rightly. But yeah, it's not, you can't really get lost. It's kind of going around this, area, this kind of middle trees area. That's what these paths do, kind of. Well, basically to me anyway. It goes around these paths. So plenty of time left, plenty of daylight. It's only now coming up to 1 o'clock. So it takes a while to walk up and around and everything. Yeah, it's 1:05. So I've got plenty of time for daylight stuff. You do get people, I think, that come and try like do fires and all. That looks like, to be honest with me, something set up for a fire. That looks like. I don't know what, but anyway. Let's follow this path up a little bit, you know. But these kind of first few videos have been a bit green, to be honest. A lot of green, colour of green. A lot of nature stuff, a lot of leaves, to be honest. But once I get walking around different areas, hopefully it will look decent. I might even redo that bridge to bridge video that I did horribly with the Sony camera. This will be a bit more stable. And again, oh, that's quite a large plane overhead. I can't, yeah, I know you didn't see it there, but one of the small passenger planes it looks like. I can't really see it, but anyway, I'll continue walking this path and start making my way up to Clatto Country Park. As you can see, I made my way up down that path you saw there, and you can see behind me I walked just down the road got slightly turned around, but that was because I was looking at a couple of bits and a couple of the signs. And then just walked down the road, turned right, and then came up here. You can see the, maybe you saw there the farmers out with the tractor. Nice country path here. So I'm making my way up to Clatto Country Park, which is basically like a large kind of pond there with like a pontoon thing, where you can actually launch canoes. You have to watch yourself on these. This one's not too bad actually, it's just you have to watch yourself. There's a few puddles. I don't know whether you can see behind me, but just now walking up the last of this path, walking up, and go up to Clatto Park. Here we are at Clatto Country Park. As I said, it's, well, I said a pond. Did I say a pond? I think I said a pond. It's actually more of a lake. That's what the word I was looking for. Lake. See a lot of birds on the other side. See the big, you can see in the far distance there's a building here. It's basically sort of rectangle, I suppose. As you can see, you can walk around the whole entire way, or cycle, some people are doing. See some like marshland here as well. It's actually slightly surprisingly more quieter here than I thought it would be today. Some of the schools have obviously got different hours just now. See plenty of bird life around. Seems to be some seagulls, some pigeons, etc., and all kinds of bird life. So yeah, let's go start wandering about, I think. I mentioned about the pontoon decking thing. Looks like it's been moved actually in the last couple of weeks down to here. As you can see, it's attached down here where it should was, and we attached up beside the building up there, where I don't know whether you can see there's steps or a ramp going down the way. That's where that was attached. So obviously they must move. They must be moving it because it's the kind of end of summer, or for some reason I suppose. Probably because we were getting to the end of August they moved it. So this is actually a nice quiet area. It's actually slightly quieter today than I thought it would be. When I came up here a few weeks ago, it was packed with families. I mean, I came up here with my Canon camera to take some do some bird photography, and you honestly couldn't move much. A lot of people out that time. I was even after the start of all this, but anyway, a lot of mask wearing and etc. But you can see it's a nice quiet lake. You can see it's nice quiet spot to come. There are people doing laps, either walking around or cycling. I don't know whether. So it's a nice area to come to actually. Again, it's something else I'll come to in the summer for more bird photography once I get another lens that I've got my eye on. Telephoto lens, I think I've mentioned that, but anyway. So it's a nice quiet area. It's a little bit windy today, not too much. Hopefully it's not affecting the sound too much. But let's wander up this bike, and I'm just going to head home now. But thought I'll obviously let you see the place where I've been walking to today. Might as well let you see a few minutes of this place. You can hear the water lapping onto the stones. It's like that right the way throughout, right around stones like this. There's some benches around. There's some picnic tables on the other side where I had to sit down for a few minutes. So that's the walk today as I leave you here at Clatto Country Park. So it's decent trying to get practice using this GoPro to do kind of vlogging stuff. I want to be out and about a little bit, especially next summer. Like I said, I can see the weather breaking. I've said in a previous video, the weather is really I've said it lately actually when we've been talking about the weather. The weather's going to break down over the next, well, it's already starting to break down. It's already getting cooler. Hopefully when I get the opportunity I can go out and do more of these sorts of vlogs and walkabouts right around Dundee. Hopefully find decent places to take you along to.